IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with, as always, Tim Martin from Central NH Events. Go to centralnhevents.com or the new centralnewhampshireevents.com. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You have multiple domains because I don't know why. Why is that, Tim?
Because I'm that kind of guy.
Yes, you are. And if you need a DJ for your shindig, go to centralnhevents.com and hire Tim. Tim, and I would suggest if you want to ever add another domain, have you thought about shindig.com?
I actually looked into shindig.com.
Yes.
Somebody owns it.
Ah.
But as soon as they don't own it, it's mine.
Maybe centralshindig.com.
Could be.
Think about that, yes.
Thank you.
So hire Tim. He does a great job. And mention Shindig and get the Shindig discount for all our local Outbreak listeners. And sitting here at the Planet this week with Eli Elkus from Northampton, New Hampshire, a place I know very well. Welcome, Eli.
What's going on, guys?
And Eli came up on very short notice. So very happy to have you here. So we had someone cancel. We won't mention who, but we have a lot to talk about. You did bring a CD. Is this a full-length album or?
Oh no, it's just a short 4-track EP.
EP. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. Why don't we start off with a track? What do you want to play from the EP?
Well, let's start at the beginning. Why don't we? We'll play the first track, "Lovable You."
All right. This is "Lovable You" from Eli Elkus here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
When I think of the possibility of a playing fool like me or someone as rude as you, I'd say don't bet big upon the chances of finding storybook romances. It was hard enough to make my advances on you, the lovable you. If you ask me that first night we kissed, if it would ever get to this, I'd probably say I'll forget she exists. Hell, I don't know how her name concludes with the first thing about the way she moves. I said 10 words before I made a move. I said, hello, how are you? Where do you go to school? And somehow that translates into the best sentence I could have said to a girl. I swear I've never been so smooth till the lovable you. We spent time outside in the sand dunes, fighting with these Roman candles that lit the night up on the 4th of June. Zion's gotten to the same, that question that I had nothing to bring along, to use at my demand. You said, baby, shut your mouth, kiss me without an answer I wouldn't doubt. And somehow that translates into a yes, indeed I would love to be the girl that you ought to seclude as the lovable you. The lovable you. On a sorry beach we reminisce, precisely 2 months back when I asked. Then you and I, we kiss. The smiling makes it oh so hard we can't resist. And she insists, yes, she insists. think of that possibility as a downright destiny. I was to be with you.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet, Matt from IPMNation.com. Sitting here with Eli Elkus. And Eli, how long have you been playing music? How long have you been doing this?
I've been playing music for probably a good 8 years now. Since I was around 10 years old, I picked up a guitar. I actually picked up a guitar out of envy of my little brother. He had just gotten one for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I decided to throw his down the stairs.
For real?
Yeah.
That's funny.
No joke. And I threw his down the stairs, upon which my father decided it would be good to get me into something constructive, such as music. So he took that as a hint to get me a guitar, and yeah, the rest is history.
So rather than punishing you in some way, he went out and bought you something.
Oh yeah, I mean he's always actually been part of an inspiration for me, just
Really?
because he played in a lot of bands in the greater Cincinnati area as a kid. And the biggest probably being Urban Sprawl. He was a drummer, as are my other two brothers. I have an older brother, Max, and a younger brother, Ollie, who are both drummers. I chose to stray the other way a little bit with the trade, and chose guitar instead. And
so do you write all your own songs, or?
yeah, I mean, I'll do a cover now and then, but I really do enjoy playing my own original stuff, just because it's meaningful. It's something I can go up there and feel good about playing, and a message that I really have a good idea about, as it's natural.
Have you always done this on your own, or have you ever played in a band?
I really started originally with an electric guitar. So I was in a band with both of my brothers. My little brother Ollie played keyboard, and my older brother Max played drums, and my dad played bass. It was a family band. It was called Elkai. Elkai is in Elkus plural.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The Latin plural of Elkus. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. How long did you do that for?
I did that for a good probably 4 years, every year in the Northampton talent show.
Oh, okay.
That was our big debut.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
playing Wipeout in the talent show was our very first song.
Yeah. So
Wipeout. Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
So was that more of just a fun thing to do with the family, as opposed to like you guys weren't necessarily taking it too seriously?
Oh no, it wasn't too serious. It was lighthearted. It was just having fun playing music.
Were you working on your own material at the same time that you were doing that with your family?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where I got my roots in songwriting. I would say is originally just playing with the family and stuff, and then it began to become a little bit more serious, and I picked up an acoustic guitar for the first time probably when I was 12 years old. Ever since, I've really enjoyed playing acoustically, and I don't know, I really like the raw sound of it. The raw musical sound is definitely appealing to me.
Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
The first song I wrote was co-written with my father, and it was called The Master Plan. The first 4 lines being, the master plan was to build a band, to build the beat, to shake your feet. That was the first 4 lines of my very first song. But obviously, as you can see, it wasn't the most serious thing in the world. But yeah, I promise you, lyrics have evolved since.
Right. It's funny. Years ago, I found some lyrics that I'd written in high school, and I've written a lot of songs, and I've written a lot of lyrics over the years, and I remember finding some lyrics from high school and just looking at them in horror at what I had written and how awful it was. How many songs have you written at this point? Do you have a lot of material?
I can't count them.
Yeah.
So I'd say a good amount. I mean, there's probably 20 of them at the moment that I would feel very comfortable myself about playing in public, and that good songs, got a good core to them, and songs that I really enjoy playing, about 20 of them.
I've always thought as a solo artist or a singer-songwriter, whatever you want to call it, being in the position that you're in probably gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of songwriting. You don't have to...
Oh, there's no one to consult. Exactly.
Right, exactly. You can write as much material as you want to, and you don't have to teach them to anybody else.
Yeah, that's the nice part of it. But obviously, the downside of it is you kind of have to do everything yourself. When it comes to self-promoting, when it comes to trying to get yourself out there, even the writing process, you pretty much are on your own.
Right.
But I kind of like it. It's nice being a lone wolf for a while.
you play out a lot. Were you, when you first started playing shows by yourself without your family there? I mean, was that were you nervous, or did it come natural? Or
I'd say it was pretty natural at that point. I mean, even when I was playing with my family, I feel like in the middle of a song, in the midst of a song, I kind of lose my surroundings. I'll kind of lose myself in what I'm doing. So it was always like they weren't there, and then when they really weren't there, it was nothing different.
Now, when you go out and play a set, how long do you play for typically?
I mean, I've played anywhere from a half hour to 2-3 hour sets.
Yeah, because it sounds like you have a lot of material to draw from. So, do you play consistently? Do you play out every weekend, or how often are you playing?
Just about. I try to get out there 1 or 2 times a week.
Is this something you're looking to do full time for a career in music? Or?
I mean, that's definitely it's an aspiration of mine. It'll always be, and obviously it's not the most feasible one, but I'm definitely going to give it a good crack,
And tell us about the disc that you brought. You said it's a 4-song EP?
Yeah, the disc I brought, that was actually, I brought the family back for that one to help me out with it. It involves bass, guitar, and drums and vocals. And my father's actually playing bass on it, and my little brother Ollie, who's quite the percussionist, is playing percussion on it. And
very cool.
Yeah, so we recorded that with Rob Weymouth in Methuen, Massachusetts, and it was a great process. And I mean, it wasn't the first disc we've recorded, but it was my first solo one, so it was a big deal for me.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you want to play? What is the CD called, by the way? Is there a name for
it's just self-titled, Eli Elkus. It's Eli Elkus. Eli Elkus.
Very nice.
Play Monsters. Monsters is kind of the oddball of the CD, I'd say. It has definitely a different feel to it, and it's about a swing set. The games you play on a swing set when you're a little kid, and it kind of links that to real life and relationships, and specifically the game where you're on a swing with somebody. If you're swinging in the same pattern, you're said to be married.
Yeah.
And if you start to sway apart, you're divorced.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that analogy and ran with it, and
cool.
turned it into the song Monsters. Yeah.
Okay. And I should tell everybody too that Eli is going to play live for us a little bit later in the show. But right now, this is Monsters from Eli Elkus here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
To be divorced or married. Those childish games don't seem so childish when you start to think that's where the lovers used to play. That's where the lovebirds used to lay. To the childish swing set games we play, and the pattern of our feet starts to sway, and it only takes the slightest gust to break our own way. No once red hot, and now it's black as spades. I say that's where the monster used to play. Play That's where the monster used to play. That's where the monster used to. That's where the monster used to play. That's where she changed her ways. Yeah. That's where the monster used to play. That's where she changed her ways. Ooh. That's where the monster used to play. That's where she changed her ways. Yeah. That's where the monster used to play. That's where she changed her ways. Yeah.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet, looking at this CD, Eli Elkus, and noticed that, well, actually, Tim pointed it out, that your father is credited as Roger Elkus, Notorious D.A.D. on bass. And,
Shout out to you, Pops, right there.
that's good. And you mentioned off air that was a surprise to him. So now, when he saw that, did he get it?
Oh yeah,
did,
He's
okay.
he's quick witted, and he's known for the humor.
Yeah. I didn't know if there might be a generational barrier there, but no, that's good. So now you mentioned, you recorded this in Methuen with Todd Weymouth is his name?
Rob Weymouth.
Oh, Rob Weymouth. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Now, why? Because that's well, actually, that's not far. Methuen, that's not far from where you are. But why did you decide to go with him?
Well, I mean, I'd known him for quite some time at the Sad Cafe in Plastow.
I know it well.
He's the sound guy for that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'd just been talking to him after shows and stuff, and even the recordings he'd give me live sounded great, and I asked him about it, and surely enough, he's a studio guy, so
yeah.
So I linked up with him that way, and that's how that came to that,
Yeah, very nice. Now, is this the first time you had recorded with your family on this disc, or?
Oh, no. We had a couple other recordings. The first one under the band name Peace of Mind.
Oh, really?
Was the first recording we did, and it was at the Electric Cave with Jim Tierney in Portsmouth.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that studio.
It's at the right behind the old Button Factory.
Okay.
And he was a great guy. It was more of a classic rock kind of thing. It was definitely more influenced by the type of music that my father had been playing back in the day.
Right.
He played a lot of Springsteen stuff, a lot of stuff like that, and so it was definitely classic rock influence. And I must have been only 10 years old when we recorded that one.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the next one was at Thundering Sky.
Oh, I've been there.
Studio.
Yep.
Yeah, that was another good place. And that was under the band name Mean Eli, and that was a band with my younger brother Ollie again, and another guy Andrew Webster.
It was called Mean Eli?
It was called Mean Eli.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I dig that. So, well, you mentioned influences. Tell me about your influences, because I get the impression you probably listen to you probably grew up on a lot of different kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. My main influences for the acoustic type of stuff that I'm doing, I really enjoy Van Morrison. I'm really into that kind of older feel kind of stuff. That goes back to Dylan, too. But then as for contemporary stuff, I've been listening to a lot of Bon Iver.
Okay.
I'm really into Bon Iver and kind of the folk kind of thing he's got going on.
Yeah.
While, a modern twist on it, too. And I recently have gotten into Deer Tick out of that band out of Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. I actually heard them when I was surfing up in Rhode Island with my buddy, and a month later they become this national thing. And I was like, oh, sweet, I heard them up in Rhode Island. And
hey, by the way, about the surfing, because you mentioned right before we started the show that you were surfing earlier.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just earlier today after
What's that like, surfing in January?
Oh, it's a little frigid. I mean, I have the right equipment. The 654 wetsuit for the avid surfers. But anyways, it's the face gets cold because that's the only thing you can't cover.
Right.
So
right.
it's I was freezing by the time I got out, but it's always a thrill.
Yeah.
Keeps me alive, keeps me going.
Now, did you go to today? Was kind of mild for January. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean
how,
it was.
how hardcore are you with this? Like, how cold does it get before you say, not today?
It's never gotten too cold for me.
No kidding.
No, I'll go. I usually actually end up going. The last snowstorm, I went that morning.
No kidding.
Yeah, so
wow.
it was probably 7 degrees outside.
Wow.
The water temperature was high 30s, low 40s, and I was still out there.
Now, is it just you who goes when it's that cold?
Oh,
or is
no.
Is there a lot of you?
No, I have a good buddy, Brian Trong, who he goes to school with me in Hampton, and
Yeah.
He'll go with me whenever. He's always up for it.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. How old were you when you started surfing?
It's fairly recently. I started the summer after my freshman year of high school. I
Yeah.
really got into it. I'd always admired, people going out there, and I had seen it all my life living on the coast. And I finally said, you know what, to hell with it. I'm going to go grab myself a board and try to do it. So
Yeah. Does the surfing, and you're obviously passionate about it, does that help you in terms of your songwriting and creativity in any way? Like when you're out there doing that, are you thinking about music at the same time? Or
it definitely transfers into it. I do most of my rationalizing and thinking about just about everything out in the water.
Yeah, because I've heard surfers say that
Yeah.
some of them
It's a lot of the
it's almost like a meditative thing
oh
for
yeah,
them in a way.
definitely. It's just being out there. Puts me in a better mood. It kind of cools my thoughts a little bit. So, I mean, that'll definitely transfer into song ideas later on. And I mean, there's actually a more direct tune that I recently wrote. It's called "Surf Free or Die," and it's pretty much about you'll see 9 out of 10 guys out there won't be the nicest guys, but this is especially in Rhode Island. The
Really?
locals there are brutal. Absolutely
Really?
brutal. Yeah. If you're not from there and you're not part of their crowd, it was brutal out
Really?
there.
Is it like in? Have you ever seen Point Break?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Is it really like in that
it's
scene?
that bad.
Where,
Yeah.
No
it's
kidding.
like people will run you over on purpose because
Wow.
you're on their turf, I guess. And my board probably wasn't the most subtle thing. It says Cinnamon Rainbows, which is a surf shop on Hampton Beach.
Right.
So everyone knows that, and it's like, oh,
Wow.
look at this, look at this guy. He's out here, and it got pretty brutal out there. So I ended up writing a tune about that and about how there should be enough waves to go around.
Right. Exactly.
But a lot of people don't think that way.
Wow. Have you ever been out to the West Coast?
I haven't ever surfed out there. Actually, the most extravagant adventure I've been on surfing was in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible. I was
Really?
just, staying there for a week and got out a couple times with one of my friends, David. But I'm actually going out to California end of February to San Francisco, so I'm hoping to maybe get some surfing in over there.
And are you doing anything music related when you go out there as well?
I'm definitely scoping it out. I might be there next year.
No
So
kidding.
at the University of San Francisco.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
And, as I've definitely heard, there's quite the music scene out there. So I'm hoping to scope it out and maybe find a few places, a few people I can meet and get integrated in the scene there.
Well, why don't we play another track from the EP? What do you want to play?
Let's do the last song of the EP, which is "We Have Conversations."
What's this about?
This one will sound like one of the happiest songs you've ever heard, but it definitely is not so.
Really?
This is the shallowest song I've ever written.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it's about finding someone purely for sexual relations. As awful as that sounds, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to throw that out there. That is what this song is about.
We have conversations from Eli Elkus here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Conversation that we have to make a change the way I feel about you by the way you're looking at me. There ain't no one to change the ways in which So you tempt me with your physique, and they all sing like they've just experienced something so brand new, and we can't feel the way they do. I'm so sorry, but I can't feel that way about you on every day. Oh no, no, not on every day. Yeah, yeah. So if you go telling me you're drunk of us having this longest degree of sorrow, walks on the beach, growing as old as your papas and teens, I'll tell you we've been in my dreams, a soul in physical prophecies. If you don't mind, kiss me. I've run out of words for me to speak, and they all sing like they've just experienced something so brand new. We can't feel the way they do. I'm so sorry, but I can't feel that way about you on every day. No, 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 on every day. Yeah, yeah. With special sayings and clever lines, relationships are intertwined. This cabaret is too cliche, and love is overplayed. It's all the same. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ooh. It's all the same. Yeah, yeah. Feelings just the same. Yeah, ooh. It's all the same. Yeah, 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 yeah. The feelings just the same. Ooh, ooh, yeah. It's all the same.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with Eli Elkus. And Eli's got his guitar out, and he's going to play for us in a minute. And we've heard some great tracks tonight from his EP, self-titled, Eli Elkus. And what do you have coming up that you want to mention? You got anything? I know you play out a lot.
Yeah.
Anything
Yep.
in particular that you have coming that you want to...
On February 3rd, I will be at the Sad Cafe, like I had mentioned before, where Rob is hanging out with my buddy Rob. But later on in March, I'll be at the Portsmouth Public Library is doing a little showcase for me, which is very nice of them.
Cool.
So I'll be there on the 29th, and on the 30th in Portsmouth again, I'll be at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Very cool.
It's 21 plus, but it's playing for the the drinking crowd.
Right. Do you have enough? I mean, you obviously have enough material to do this, I would assume. Do you kind of tailor your set to the crowd?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's older folks, I'll play older folk music.
Yeah.
I definitely have the material to do it, and I'll whip out some Johnny Cash and some Van
Nice.
Morrison and whatnot. But if it's younger people, I can always heed to their needs too and play the John Mayer, Jack Johnson-ish kind of thing, and
Right.
and also my originals, which will which those different crowds can relate to.
And obviously, if you're doing like the Sad Cafe, I assume your set is all originals in that case.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
That's
I tend to like to do originals as much as I can, but obviously some venues will ask me to do some covers, some stuff people can, relate to because they know it.
Oh,
And,
sure. Yeah,
Yeah. So.
absolutely. And where do we find you online? Where's the best place to go to keep up on everything that you're doing?
Online, you can check out my my Facebook page. It's under Eli Elkus. There's a personal page and a fan page. Feel free to contact me via both of them.
And we should clarify, Elkus is ELKUS.
Yep, it's ELI space ELKUS.
Thanks very much for being here tonight, and I'm looking forward to hearing you play. Eli's actually going to do 2 songs. He's going to do one that you're going to hear now, and there will be a second song that will only be available on the IPMNation.com version of the of tonight's show. So you'll have to go to that page, IPMNation.com/local outbreak, to get the bonus track, so to speak, of tonight's interview. And of course, you can find all the Local Outbreak interviews on IPMNation.com/local outbreak. You can stream them, you can download them, and keep them forever. And I want to thank Tim again from CentralNHEvents.com. Soon to hopefully someday we'll have Shindig.com as well.
I'll be visiting Shindig.com. So.
I think we all will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So Tim does a great job. If you need a DJ for your Shindig, and Shindig is an all-encompassing term, wedding party, what have you, definitely go check Tim out, hire him. He does a phenomenal job. Mention Shindig and get the Shindig discount. Eli, thanks again for being here with us tonight.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. It's my pleasure.
And what are you going to play for us?
I think the first tune I will be playing will be, it's called The Blue Mermaid.
The Blue Mermaid. Very good.
Yep.
Is this, have you ever played at the Blue Mermaid in Portsmouth?
Yeah, this is actually a song kind of about the Blue Mermaid. It was when I was playing there. There was this gorgeous young lady in the crowd that, our eyes met on numerous occasions, and I ended up writing a song about her.
Oh, very good.
So,
all right.
It's called The Blue Mermaid.
All right, this is The Blue Mermaid performed live here at the Planet from Eli Elkus here on Local Outbreak.
So bright, she over compares to the stars in the air tonight. Saw her where the mermaids used to lie, and I do recall that gaze I gave her Friday evening. I was sure when I was leaving she was in a different league, and though obscurities exist, I wouldn't swear I wouldn't miss for a moment for to captivate my mind. And I was only 17, not even old enough to drink. Some old creep would feed me drinks out by the bar. So drunk I knew but nothing more. All I wanted to adore was a girl like her from just a ways afar. By my surprise, she found me by the time that I awoke. I swore from that point on I'd be an honest man in my approach. Straightforwardness is confidence seen by the eyes of many folk. Don't know if she believes in such theology. I know she's got a year on 17. Think she's young enough for me. Thought her some 21 from across the room. Oh Lord, mercy me please, I nearly let her back into the sea. I never knew that she had seen me too, sailing through the deep and wild blue. The deep blue seas, no place to keep. A mermaid save her heart will break. I'll find a place to keep this beauty safe. The deep blue seas, no place to keep. A mermaid save her heart will break. I'll find a place to keep this beauty safe.
100.1 The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's Local Outbreak is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's engineered by Tim Martin of CentralNHEvents.com. Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com is the host of The Planet's Local Outbreak. The show is produced and edited by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For artist links and details about The Planet's Local Outbreak, log on to the Planet's Entertain Me page, WPNHFM.com. The Planet's Local Outbreak is available for download anytime online, IPMNation.com/local outbreak. The Planet's Local Outbreak is a product of 100.1 The Planet and Northeast Communications.
IPMNation.com.